Cyprus is a shimmering jewel cast into the eastern Mediterranean Sea, an island where continents and cultures have collided for millennia. Situated south of Turkey's dramatic coastline, west of the historic shores of Syria, west of Lebanon, and north of the ancient lands of Egypt, it serves as a geographical and cultural stepping stone between Europe, Asia, and Africa. Many people rightfully consider it the easternmost outpost of the European Union, a familiar world with an exotic edge. The island itself is not overwhelmingly large, making it wonderfully manageable for travelers who wish to explore its diverse offerings without spending entire days in transit. Reaching its shores is a straightforward affair, with modern airports and bustling seaports connecting it to the wider world, welcoming visitors with the promise of sun-drenched days and starlit nights. This unique positioning has been both a blessing and a curse throughout the island's long and storied history. As a strategic prize, it has been coveted by empires and conquerors, each leaving an indelible mark upon its soil and its people. This constant flow of influence has created a rich, layered society that is fascinating to uncover. You can feel the echoes of ancient Greeks, Romans, Crusaders, and Ottomans in the architecture, the food, and even the faces of the people you meet. For the modern traveler, this means that a single day's journey can take you from a Venetian fortress to a British-era colonial building, all while enjoying the warm, welcoming spirit that defines the Mediterranean lifestyle and makes this island so utterly captivating from the moment you arrive. The very land of Cyprus tells a story of geological drama and climatic generosity, offering a surprisingly varied terrain within its compact borders. The dominant feature of the island's interior is the magnificent Troodos Mountains, a sprawling range that cuts across the central and western parts of the country. Its highest point, Mount Olympus, rises proudly to greet the sky, often capped with a blanket of snow in the winter months, offering a startling contrast to the sun-drenched coast below. These mountains are the island's green heart, a cool and fragrant escape from the summer heat, crisscrossed with winding roads, hidden waterfalls, and dense forests of pine and cedar. Small rivers carve their way through these highlands, often slow to a trickle in the dry season, nurturing the valleys and creating pockets of lush vegetation. Descending from the mountains, the landscape transitions into fertile plains and rolling hills before meeting the iconic coastline. The coast of Cyprus is a study in beautiful diversity, ranging from long, sweeping stretches of fine golden sand to dramatic white rock cliffs that plunge into the turquoise sea, hidden coves and secluded bays offering tranquil spots for a quiet swim or a moment of reflection. The interplay between the rugged interior and the gentle coast is what gives the island its unique character. You can spend a morning hiking a mountain trail surrounded by the scent of pine and a cool breeze, and by the afternoon, find yourself basking in the sun on a warm beach with the gentle lapping of waves as your soundtrack. The climate, a classic Mediterranean affair, is one of the island's greatest assets, and a primary reason for its popularity. Summers are long, hot, and gloriously sunny, with the sun shining reliably for months on end, making it an idyllic paradise for beach lovers and sun worshippers. Winters, in contrast, are generally mild and wetter, particularly in the low-lying areas, replenishing the landscape and bringing a fresh, green vibrancy to the fields and hillsides. This predictable and pleasant weather pattern means the sea remains inviting for swimming well into the autumn, extending the holiday season and ensuring that the island's natural beauty can be enjoyed for most of the year. This ideal climate supports both a thriving tourism industry and a rich agricultural sector famous for its citrus fruits, olives, and grapes. Nature has endowed Cyprus with a distinct and resilient ecosystem. The island is home to a fascinating array of wildlife, much of which has adapted to the specific conditions of a Mediterranean island. In the hills and rural areas, it is not uncommon to spot small mammals like foxes, hedgehogs, and the native Cypriot mouflon, a shy species of wild sheep that roams the Paphos forest. The island is also a critical stopover point for migratory birds traveling between Europe, Africa, and Asia. Its salt lakes, particularly near Larnaca, become a spectacular sea of pink as thousands of flamingos gather in the winter. Reptiles are a common sight, with the colorful Cyprus green lizard often seen sunning itself on ancient stones, and protected sea turtles, such as the green species and the loggerhead species, return faithfully each year to nest on the island's sandy beaches. The heart of Cyprus beats with the rhythm of its people and their deeply rooted traditions. Greek Cypriots, who form the majority and reside mostly in the southern part of the island, Turkish Cypriots, who live predominantly in the north. Each community possesses a long and proud history on the island. This dual heritage is vividly expressed in the island's music, its delectable cuisine, and its lively folk dances. Despite political divisions, a shared islander identity often shines through. Family. Hospitality. The simple pleasure of sharing a meal with loved ones. This remains a cornerstone of daily life for all Cypriots. At the center of Cypriot social life is an immense passion for food. The concept of meze perfectly encapsulates this culinary philosophy. A meze is not just a meal, it is a social event, an hours-long affair where friends and family gather to talk, laugh, and savor grilled halloumi cheese, succulent souvlaki fresh salads, savory dips like hummus and tahini. The ritual of coffee also plays a vital role in the daily routine. Whether it's a strong, traditional Cypriot coffee served in a tiny cup or a refreshing iced frap, taking time for coffee is a cherished social custom, an opportunity to catch up with neighbors at a local cafe or cafeteria. The linguistic and religious landscape of the island reflects its two main communities. Greek is the official language in the south, Turkish is the official language in the north. But English is widely and fluently spoken, making it easy for visitors to communicate. In terms of faith, the majority of Greek Cypriots adhere to the Greek Orthodox Church. The landscape is dotted with beautiful, ancient churches and monasteries, many adorned with stunning Byzantine frescoes. Most Turkish Cypriots are Sunni Muslims, and historic mosques with elegant minarets are prominent in the north. Local customs and festive celebrations bring communities together. Religious holidays, such as Orthodox Easter, are the most important events of the year, marked by solemn processions, midnight church services, and joyous family feasts. Numerous local festivals, or panegyria, are held throughout the year. These lively events are a feast for the senses, filled with the sounds of traditional folk music. The history of Cyprus is a long and deeply layered saga, a testament to its strategic importance at the crossroads of ancient civilizations, Evidence of human settlement dates back to the Neolithic. It entered the world stage in the Bronze Age as a vital center for copper trade, the metal that may have given the island its name. Ancient Greek settlers arrived and built powerful city kingdoms, embedding Hellenic language, religion, and culture. A succession of mighty empires then vied for control. Egyptians, Assyrians, Persians. Across classical and medieval times, control shifted repeatedly. The Romans annexed Cyprus, transforming it into a prosperous province. Roman theaters, Roman villas, Roman aqueducts. With Rome's split, Cyprus joined the Byzantine Empire for nearly 800 years. Byzantine rule cemented Orthodox Christianity and left painted churches in the Troodos Mountains. The Crusades brought new rulers. Knights Templar Lusignan dynasty. They built Gothic cathedrals and fairy tale castles like St. Hilarion. Venetians then fortified major cities with massive defensive walls. In 1571, the Ottomans conquered Cyprus and ruled for 3 centuries. Ottoman rule introduced a Turkish community and added mosques and bathhouses. In 1878, Britain took administrative control, seeking a naval base. British rule brought modern infrastructure, a new legal system, and the English language. But it also sowed seeds of future conflict. Enosis movements grew. The 20th century brought turmoil. After decades of colonial rule and rising independence movements, Cyprus gained independence in 1960. The republic was founded under a complex power-sharing constitution. Intercommunal tensions escalated, pushed by Greece and Turkey. In 1974, a Greek-sponsored coup aimed at union with Greece prompted Turkey's military intervention. The result was island division, mass displacement, and the Green Line, separating north from south to this day. Today, nearly half a century after 1974, Cyprus remains a divided island, a visible symbol of an unresolved geopolitical conflict. The southern two-thirds are the Republic of Cyprus, an internationally recognized EU member since 2004. The south has a modern, diversified economy. Tourism, shipping, real estate, financial services sector, Limassol, Nicosia. Bustling international business hub, highly developed infrastructure connecting to Europe. Life in the south, high standard of living and a distinctly European outlook. In the northern third, the political and economic picture differs. Administered by the self-declared Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, recognized only by Turkey. Deep dependence on Ankara politically, economically, and militarily. Economy relies on tourism from Turkey, agriculture, financial support from Turkey. International embargoes and lack of recognition isolate the north. Yet the north has charm, a slower pace, and unspoiled landscapes. Historical sites draw visitors. Nicosia, the last divided capital. The Green Line, UN-patrolled buffer zone cutting through the old city. Several crossing points now allow movement. People cross for work, shopping, visiting ancestral homes. Crossings ease daily life, but political separation remains. Day-to-day realities still differ greatly. UN reunification talks have been ongoing for decades, aimed at a bi-zonal, bi-communal federation under a single federal government. Talks stall over security arrangements, territorial adjustments, property rights, political governance. A comprehensive settlement remains elusive, but many on both sides want peace. The status quo is widely seen as unsustainable. The island remains in suspended animation. A modern nation grappling with deep wounds of its past. Despite the entrenched political challenges, there is a palpable sense of hope and forward momentum when looking toward the future of Cyprus. Many Cypriots, particularly younger generations who have grown up with the division, share a common aspiration for stability, prosperity, a peaceful resolution. There is a growing understanding that the island's full potential can only be unlocked through cooperation and reconciliation. Grassroots movements and bi-communal initiatives work to build bridges of trust between the communities. They foster dialogue through cultural projects. They foster dialogue through educational projects. They foster dialogue through artistic projects. These efforts, though small, are vital in nurturing the human connections necessary for any future political settlement. Economically, Cyprus is positioning itself as a modern, dynamic regional player. The Republic of Cyprus is diversifying beyond tourism and beyond finance. There's a push to become a hub for higher education, for information technology, and for medical tourism. The discovery of substantial natural gas reserves off the southern coast has opened a potentially transformative chapter. That resource introduces long-term economic opportunity and complex geopolitical challenges requiring careful diplomacy. On both sides of the island, there's shared interest in sustainable development and preserving cultural heritage. Investment in renewable energy is increasing. Solar power is expanding rapidly across the island. There's a growing emphasis on agrotourism and on ecotourism, encouraging visitors to explore the countryside, to support rural communities, and to appreciate rich biodiversity. This focus on sustainability protects the environment and enhances quality of life for residents and tourists. Ultimately, the future of Cyprus rests in the hands of its people. The path to reunification is complex, but Cyprus's story is one of resilience and adaptation. It has weathered empires and preserved identity through change. It remains a place of breathtaking beauty, profound history, and warmth. Shared stories offer a foundation. Sun-drenched landscapes offer a foundation. Deep-rooted culture offers a foundation. The hope is that Cyprus can one day become a shining example of unity in the Mediterranean. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Click the playlist above to watch more videos. Thanks for watching.